moment Thanatos arrives, he's gonna be accosted by Ni.
Well, hang on. Because, interestingly enough, we're cutting back to Ni now. The ones who return first are Alistair and Mika.
Oh.
Yep. They step in, and Mika is sort of like bouncing in her step, and Alistair just looks kind of tired. Paperwork, lots of it.
That's
Mika.
Hi!
Only.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
It's been hours.
Has it? Oh, I didn't really notice. There's Moogle bands. Yes.
Moogle bands? What?
There was a Moogle band.
Yes. They like to play Marginali music.
Mariachi.
Mariachi. Entertaining, bad and all.
So yeah.
How did it go then?
I've been accepted into the academy, so that's great.
Congratulations. How could they not accept you?
Well, I mean, I did have a letter of approval and recommendation from Tim, so that's a big plus. And Alistair vouched for me, that helped.
Plus, you're you.
I mean, she kind of, her tail sort of swishes back and forth a bit. I mean, yeah, but I'm just me.
Just you is all you need to be.
Thanks.
Have you seen Thanatos and Rocket on your way back? They were out looking for someone to see about her boosters.
No. Why do you ask?
I just need to do to Thanatos. It's thing. You need to concern yourself with answer. Have you got rooms here now, or do you need us to get you a room in the end?
Yeah, I've been assigned a dorm.
Same.
What's it like?
No, Alistair, you have not been assigned a dorm. You graduated this
No,
place.
I mean not dorm. I mean, sorry, I basically got a room sorted. I mean,
yeah, you have a room for yourself. As you were saying, Ni?
So, what's it like?
Mika kind of gets this distant look in her eyes. It's amazing.
That good, huh?
I spotted no less than 60 different powerful arcane runes on the way. And just the receptionists were great. The magic spells they had. I can't wait to see the library.
Oh, I'm sure they have all the books you could ever want. Maybe some more blue magic.
Yeah. Classes are due to start tomorrow. For me, at least.
I'll put a pin in that moment. I need to turn my fan off. Bitch.
What?
I need to turn my fan off for a moment because it's clanking.
Ah. It's at about this time that Thanatos and Rocket walk in.
Hey!
Back. What up?
Thanatos and
Oh,
Rocket
hey,
just
the
walk in.
eggheads are back.
Egghead?
Yeah,
here we go again.
Alistair and Mika, they're eggheads, according to Thanatos.
Well, better have
You're an egg.
intelligence more than just broad strength and clumsiness.
Oh, he's got you there.
It has its charm.
Speaking
But
of,
besides all
Martin Dox
that,
would agree
you
with you.
look great, Rocket. You look like you got yourself fixed up a bit. How do you feel?
I feel great!
He couldn't do
Wonderful.
anything about her boosters, but he gave her a little bit of a tune-up.
It's better than nothing.
more than better than nothing. Look great.
Thanks. He said a lot of
Speaking of-
stuff was out of his ability to do here with the equipment, because I'm very illegal, apparently.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to find someone a little shady to work on her.
Wonderful dodginess. I'll be keeping an eye on whoever we find.
I don't
Hold
know if
that
you're going to be
thought
able
to-
to find anyone that shady in the city.
Probably not here, but we'll keep an eye out.
Hold that thought a moment, because Ni's going to kind of put a hand on his shoulder and start to lead him outside a moment. We need to talk.
Hey,
You're not in trouble, I promise. This time.
Mika has a sort of confused look as you wander away, but doesn't question it.
So, Thanatos, you know we're friends, right?
Yes, despite the physical abuse I get from you and Mika.
And despite your constant racism.
That's part of my charm now. What
And
can
we'll
I
call
do
it
for
tit
you?
for tat. I have a deal for you. Basically, can you lend me 200 gil and I'll pay it back through any profit I make till I paid in full?
You want a loan.
Yes.
What happened to all the gil we made back in Marasu?
That week. The reason.
Oh.
Look, it's all coming to a head tonight, and you can take the piss, or you can do everything tomorrow, alright? But for now, can I ask this favor of you? I'll pay it back for profits we get. Say we end up fighting another archdemon or something, it drops 50 gil for me, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I suppose.
That means a lot. Thank you. I will pay it back.
And I just go ahead and throw her 200 gil.
Adding that. So it's 794, so I'll have 94 left over after I paid it. Alright, thank you. Now, what time is it anyway?
At this point, it's about 7 p.m. The sun's starting to head towards the horizon, but it's not there yet.
3 hours, so any time to prepare as well. Right, well, I've got things to do, and I'm gonna try not to freak out and break down and cry.
Alright. Have fun, Ni.
Alright, range your face. Come on, Nee, range your face.
Oh,
Right.
there you two.
I think we're going back in by
Yep, you go
Yeah.
back in.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Thought you two went off somewhere.
Oh, it was just a quick chat. It's nothing. So what's happening now?
I guess hang around. I guess I'm gonna get myself a drink. I could need one to wake myself up a bit.
Mika
Got a few
kind of
things to think of.
Mika nods and
Yeah, and I'm gonna be sticking around for probably until it's time to turn in. I do have class in the morning, so I need to be there for that. So,
Already?
oh yeah, I mean, I'm signed up now. I got an orientation in the morning and then a first class to go to. There's a reason it took us a few hours. We had a lot of stuff to sort out.
True, I just
Indeed.
didn't realize it would be so quick.
Neither did I. But here we are.
Damn you, Brian.
I'm just grinning.
Yes, I know you are. Fuck you. Well, I think we'll see what she said anyway. What about the rest of you? Rocket, Thanatos?
And I guess hang out here, have a drink, I guess.
Well, considering the time, Mika, before we do any of that, can I go talk to you in private?
Her ears prick up a bit and she tilts her head.
Sure.
Alright. With that, I'm gonna lead her up to most private space, the room I rented.
Alright. Step in and he closes the door behind you.
So, what's up?
So, do you remember that night in the tree? She says, kind of trying to act confidently, but clearly breaking it, kind of leaning up against.
She slowly nods.
Kinda, yeah. Why?
Well, Nee is at this point going to get out a pack and is going to reach in and pull out the package with the red dress. Surprise!
Alright. Mika kind of takes it, raises an eyebrow, opens it up and looks in. There's a moment followed by another where she's just kind of quiet, looking at it, and slowly her eyes sort of start to bulge open, and her ears kind of go from like regular height to just like straight at attention. And her tail, which was like swishing back and forth behind her, just slowly like straightens out until it's like a fucking rod. And her slit pupils just sort of like widen out into big circles.
You did say red was your favorite color.
She sort of carefully sets the bag down, reaches down, and pulls the dress up and looks at it.
Wow. You got this for me?
That was why we had to spend a week in so.
Oh. It's beautiful.
So you, she says, kind of being a little bit more hopeful. You like it?
I definitely like the way it looks. Need to try it on to know for sure.
If you want, I can give you a moment and you can do that.
I'd appreciate that.
So, and he's gonna step out from her while she tries.
A couple minutes pass and before the door opens back up again, and you turn and look, and it definitely makes her look good. Aside from the fact that the straps were a little awkward at first, she seems to have found a way to work around that, and yeah, she sort of looks down on herself, and it fits very well, and it definitely complements her very nicely. Goes well with her black hair and pink eyes.
Ni is flawed. kind of gawking is kind of a lot with like, hey, wow.
It's perfect. Thank you.
You look beautiful.
She blushes a bit.
Oh, hold on for a moment.
Interruptions are annoying.
Yes, they are.
Oh, well.
Anyway, so now we've lost what we want.
Mika just started blushing after you called her beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And I know you said about turning in, but that was only part of it as well. Would you mind accompanying me somewhere tonight? It's about 3 hours time. There's a place I think I've arranged.
Need to roll something here real quick.
Roll.
Whoa, the dice.
All right. Mika sort of tilts her head to the other side.
Where to?
Well, it was kind of a surprise, but do you really want to know that badly?
It's meant to be a surprise?
She looks down at the dress, looks up at you, looks at the dress again, looks at you, tilts her head, noting your facial expression. And then, as before, she sort of goes through this petrified state where her eyes bulge, her pupils widen out, her ears stand up, and her tail turns into a rod.
Oh. Is this what I think it is?
I'm going to be honest with you. I've booked a place at a restaurant close to the academy.
Oh.
It's run by this Tonberry fellow. He's quite blunt, but quite endearing, really.
Tonberry. I just book a place at a restaurant with a Tonberry?
Yeah, he's actually kind of alright.
That's a surprise.
Well, to me, I've never seen a Tonberry before.
Have you heard of them?
For the sake of it, I'll say that he has, just in passing. In passing, Scarlet, remember, random facts.
What has she told you?
That they're Well, they exist.
Oh, wow. I might need 3 hours just to educate you on this.
Well, we'll have plenty of time if you say yes to going.
Sure. If it's a Tonberry running a restaurant, then you can be sure the food's good.
Well, that's good. The menu looked really extensive and nice. So that's really a yes?
That's a yes.
We looked...
If
She then reaches out, grabs you by the shoulder, and yanks you into the room and closes the door behind you.
you let me educate you about Tonberries first.
Oh, I need to get ready as well, so feel free.
All right. And she spends the next round about an hour telling you all about the Tonberries. And
So what's the gist of it?
well, the gist of it is that Tonberries are a very reclusive and isolationist species, usually living near large sources of water such as lakes and oceans, making homes on beaches and in shoreside coral reefs. They are very, like I said, isolationist and reclusive, and their entire culture and society is based around the concept of karma. Specifically, whatever you dole out, you are to have returned to you. If you give a gift, you are to expect something in return. So in other words, gifts are not a thing in Tonberry society. You don't give gifts, you make trades, you make exchanges. If you kill someone, expect to be killed. If you hurt someone, expect to be hurt. If you make someone
Do
laugh...
good, expect good unto you. Do bad, expect bad unto you.
Pretty much, yeah. And they all hold this in such a high regard that they all uphold it, and they do everything in their power to ensure that it comes to pass. Every single one of them. But the reason why so many of them are so reclusive and isolationist is because of how seriously they take their karma, and because of how hard it can sometimes be for outsiders to really grasp the foundations of their culture. It led to a lot of conflict in the past between travelers and Tonberries as the Tonberries were developing, leading to them developing a sort of overarching distrust of outsiders. And while they still maintain their belief in karma, it seems that while the details have been lost to time, many Tonberry societies are far more likely to overreach in their karmic retribution on the other races than others, because of some perceived past horrible, calamitous wrong that most people aren't fully aware of. So Tonberries are often regarded with caution, and it is often advised to just stay away from them, because if you slight a Tonberry and you happen to have caught one of the ones that didn't like the other races, chances are they're gonna fucking kill you.
Wow, that's no wonder I've never met one.
Yeah. But on top of that, another staple of their culture is their ability to cook. The vast majority of them are master chefs in their own right, and put even the best chefs of the other races to shame.
Jason, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's part of why why pretty much all of them carry around knives like that. That's like one of their primary cooking implements.
And I'm guessing that gets misinterpreted sometimes.
Yeah, considering they look like butcher knives. But to be fair, they're also really good weapons for the Tonberries, since to them they're about the size of a short sword.
Yes.
So yeah, that is the basic gist of the Tonberries.
Then me says what I said in her voice to Mika about if I haven't seen one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time she's finished, it's about 8:30 p.m.
Well,
Got 2
we've
hours.
got an hour and a half. No,
Wow.
it's 8:30. We have until 10. So it's an hour and a half.
Yep.
Well, we have an hour and a half. And I still need to get into mine.
All right. You've held up my end. Now it's time for yours.
Well, if you just let me slip in, so I assume it's going to be the reverse way before that, and he's going to slip into hers while she waits.
Yep, pretty much.
So they do that.
All right. It doesn't take you long to slip in, and good fit. I like it.
He's going to let me go back in, then.
All right. And when you make contact, she looks at you and once again goes rod mode.
Do you like it? It was cheaper than yours. I put most of money into that. So
It looks good. You look good
Really?
in blue.
I do like blue. I've never actually worn something like this before. It's always been armor.
Well, looks good on you.
Me kind of blushes. Thanks. Nothing to you though.
And now she's blushing, and now you're just a couple of blushing idiots in an inn room.
They're both tomatoes.
They are both tomatoes.
Hi. So we have an hour until we should probably move. Shall we do a
I don't know.
wait with the others read? I just talk.
I honestly don't know.
You know anything else about the Academy City you haven't told me?
So many things. It's kind of hard to think of what to talk about.
Oh, Nee kind of pulls up a chair and invites her to join her. I'm all ears.
It's bigger than I ever thought it would be. Of course, I'm used to Marasu, and big a city as that is. Its schools are like one building. This whole city is one giant school.
Yeah, never seen anything like it in Vitea.
I'm gonna
Did
be
you
here for a
encounter
while.
any? I don't suppose you have any of the professors you met with Blue Mages. Curiosity.
No, I didn't really meet with any of the professors yet. I mostly just saw with the register.
That'll be something to deal with later. I say, let's just say for the sake of time, like for the next, they'll keep talking. Well, let Mika talk about the academy and gush for the next hour or so.
Yep. And in that hour or so, is there anything else any of the other cast wants to do?
And
Alright.
Yeah. Although they have to get out, which will probably still be down there when they're leaving, unless they have other means to escape.
Alright.
So,
I don't escape. We're not fugitives.
no, but do you
I
want
think
it to be
I think he mostly
known or
means escape
private?
from me.
If
I
you're trying
mean,
to
we have
sneak it out,
to
it might
walk
be a bit.
there, so I mean, just air it, I guess.
And I'm probably gonna be like Wocket. I'm gonna be sober, where Thanatos is up to him.
Hopefully he's just passed out somewhere.
To be fair, you love a good drink.
I do, but I need
Yep.
to stay sober to see this.
Roll
We
me
shall see.
2d6, please.
What is this to attempt to escape without us seeing?
No, Thanatos, roll to me 2d6.
Well, whether
What?
you're drunk or not.
Oh,
Wait, why do I need to roll 2d6 to determine whether I'm drunk or not?
oh no!
You're sober.
I'm
If it was higher, he'd be drunk.
Yeah.
Damn.
If it was higher than 6, you would be drunk. But you're sober.
Yes.
Honestly, that might be better.
oh
Depending
no!
on how you play it.
No!
Alright.
Anyway,
Now then. Well. Hour
How you wish to
passes.
proceed?
An hour passes, and it's getting about time to head out.
is Mika still talking about the?
Oh, yeah, she's totally rambling at this point. And then, like, for you, most of it's going in one ear and out the other. She's talking about, like, the intricacies of magic, quantum fields and matrices and like, fourth-dimensional
Going
physics
full
and shit.
Twilight at this
Yeah,
point.
going full Twilight.
Yeah. He's just kind of smiling, nodding at her, just letting her talk.
It's just like,
She's
just,
happy.
just nod.
Mika's happy talking, so he's happy listening.
Just nod when she stops to take a breath.
When she's obviously keeping an eye on the time, so when the time's closer, she's going to kind of gently nudge her on the shoulder. You can, if you want to keep talking about this, we can keep talking at the restaurant, because according to the time, it's getting towards the booking.
Oh! Oh, really? Huh. I was only just
I
starting
sup-
to get into the good stuff. All right.
I suppose time flies when you're having fun. Is that saying, Mithra? Huh?
Yep, that's a saying we know. We adopted it from the humans, but yeah, we know it.
I think a lot of stuff was adopted from the humans. You know, bear, shut up. So, would you mind accompanying me then? Like Nisa's kind of standing up and holding out a hand.
Could you repeat that? I missed part of it.
So, Ni asked if Mika would care to accompany her, standing up and holding.
Well, Mika shakes her hand and stands up as well.
I'd be happy to.
And with that, I guess they're off to the reservation.
All right. Well, step down from your room and head for the door. Everyone else, if you could be so kind as to make awareness checks.
Yes, I was going to do that.
Fuck all y'all.
Because I will say something. I just hope I get away.
8.
Because if you can keep it in until after, that's I said Thanatos. You can take the piss whenever you want the day after.
I'm always shut.
Oh, there will be teasing afterwards.
Yeah, he'd do the teasing. I'm
And
just
deal more punches.
So pick your poison.
9.
Yeah.
Curiosity or mocking.
Alice here. Roll.
Gotta roll, Alice.
All right. I'll wait.
Alice,
got any
Alice,
keyboard yet.
Alice.
They need to put the D on the wrong way round. +4. 13.
All right, so yeah, you all see Eothil and Mika coming down in dresses that you have not seen before.
Oh.
He is
So-
leading me towards the door.
All right.
So that's what she was.
Fancy. Going anywhere special?
Me he kind of blushes, but is kind of keeping Mika going for one. Just
Have fun, you two, and remember, get her back to the school on time, Nee.
don't worry, we'll get him later.
Although, if you don't mind quickly.
She's leaving.
Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of gone.
As
I love how she says, "Get him there."
as they're about to head out, Mika briefly stops in the door, turns back to Thanatos, and makes a few hand motions, and some light appears from her hands. Thanatos, if you could be so kind as to make me an opposed roll, please.
Wait. So, like, what, a force check?
Finesse.
Oh dear.
Please don't pass it. Please don't pass it.
I just want to know where they're gonna go. My character, anyway.
8.
Oh.
Go. Mika. Mika.
Oh.
All right.
My
So here's what
disappointment is
so here's what happens. A cloud sort of fogs up the area around you a bit, and you start getting drowsy. But you don't fall asleep, but you sort of shake your head, and by the time you look up, Mika's gone.
Sneaky little cat.
Careful. You don't wish to offend her.
What? It's not racist. She is part cat.
Thanks for being blunt as always, Thanatos.
Well, someone has to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, eventually, Neothil and Mika, you make your way through the streets, and you arrive at the restaurant itself. And it seems to be a lot more active now than it was earlier, presumably because
Nightlife.
Yeah, nightlife. Everyone's out of class, and those with the guild to spend are enjoying the high-end food. And you step inside, and sure enough, there's the Tonberry at the podium. Interestingly enough, he now actually has just a bow tie around his neck. He looks up at you as you enter, and like his lantern is no longer at his side, like he has it next to him on the podium and lit up, presumably to help him see. And he looks up and blinks. You're here.
Yes, and I have 2 gil as well. So I hand him the 700 gil.
He takes the 700 gil. Thank you for your patronage. Do you know the way to your seat?
Yes, I remember the map. Thank you. I look forward to tasting your food.
He blinks again. I'm sure you are. He picks out a couple menus, hands them to you, then looks at Mika, who is looking at him. What?
Sorry.
What?
She's very excited about everything.
Ah. Have fun. And then he turns
Thank
around and
you.
hops down from the podium and sort of waddles off with little squishy steps into a door towards the back that he presumably leads to the kitchen. Just
What did I say? Thornberry. So, he's gonna lead the Giddy Mika up to the reserved seats at the balcony.
all right. And you find your seats. Sure enough, and it's there. Sure enough, and the view of the city is impressive given how high up you are. You're about 4 stories up at this point.
Mhm.
And Mika immediately sort of scrambles forward and like leans against the balcony to look out, her tail swishing happily.
Wow! Look at that view!
It was a balcony to see anything, and luckily they had quite a few. And I thought you like the city view the best. All that the academy has to offer.
Yeah. Certainly pretty.
You have no idea how long I've been planning this.
Since Lalato last I checked.
Yes, well, that's where a lot of the idea, though. It was the initial inklings of it was slightly before, during our trip through the Blackwood. Was it Blackwood? Yeah, Black Chocobo Forest. Through the Black Chocobo Forest.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of the first. I mean, I want to do something. Did I do good?
Well, so far the impression's pretty good, so I'd say yeah. Gotta wait on the food, though.
Well, let's see if the Tomberries live to their reputation.
I'm sure we're in for a treat.
So, he's gonna have a look at it, I suppose, first. Order them some wine. Just thing.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say that that 700 gil also covered the base cost of most food items. Like that'll get you like a meal for both of you, drinks, and maybe a dessert. If you want second helpings, though, that will cost you extra, so keep that in mind.
Yes, well, right now, fine, the main meal. But anyway. So, I take it with board, at which point.
Yep, you've ordered your food, and it'll come along in a while.
I think we have the wine will probably come first in these restaurants. So, which part of this place excites you the most? Academy City, I mean, not just the restaurant, the dress. Yeah.
Which part of it what her the most?
I mean, Academy City excites you the most.
Probably just everything I stand to learn here. I mean, I've always loved learning new things. It's why my parents started working to get me here in the first place. And I think it's probably what Tam found so endearing that he brought me on as a student.
I'd agree with the endearing part. And these past months since I met you, when I first left Overtea, I think I've told you something similar to this before, but you know, say it again. Especially now. I mean, I didn't expect to find anyone, never friends. It's the first time I've ever left the city, going out expecting to find, I don't know, with her, the visions. And then crushing Marasu, oddly enough, turned out to be quite fortuitous. I mean, I met Thanatos, Rocket, Alistair, and you, particularly.
I mean, if it wasn't us, he would have met someone else on the way. Generally how travel works, from what I know.
I don't know. I was in a bad place. Still am, really. I wouldn't want anyone else.
Well, you're at the academy now, so you're pretty
Yeah.
close to finding the people who can help you.
Here's hoping, and I want you to have the best time you can here. Like, seeing your excitement, it's infectious.
I've been wanting to come here for years.
And it's clearly everything you dreamed of being. I mean, the little giggle you do every few seconds.
I mean,
He kind of looks out at the street sprawling up past you a bit.
what can I say? Always wanted to learn, and now I can learn to my heart's content.
I take it you wouldn't object to my continued presence as you do that? I've got 2 reasons to stick around now.
I definitely wouldn't mind. I do consider you all my friends, so if you want to stick around for a while, I'd be happy to have you here.
Thanatos is going to be so bored.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'm sure that's just a front he's putting anyway. He always needs to. The grim-faced one.
Well, can't really say I know much about his story. And of everyone in your group, I know the most about you and Rocket.
Well, I know a couple things about him, but I can't share them unless he gives the go-ahead. Some confidence.
Right.
At some point, the food's gonna come along. I grab the.
You're a little bit initially it just kind of catches your attention because it just looks like a platter just kind of floating your way, but then you hear the of the Tomberry's footsteps, and then the platter just kind of set out, and it has your ordered dishes there, and he kind of pokes his head up a bit. Enjoy a meal. And then when he blinks again, he actually doesn't blink both eyes at the same time. First his left and then his right. And then he turns and goes.
Creepy little bugger.
So, what kind of assortment do we have?
Well, what did you order?
Oh, I don't know the actual menu, so that's just.
Just describe something to me. Give me a general gist.
Well, let's say for starter, just kind of like I'll go with like I like stars. Like there's an Italian restaurant I like to go to that has like these mussels and garlic, like or this bread that you do with like garlic dip. So something like that for starters, and let's say for main, what would be very like elfy Italian?
Something vegetarian.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, he's not vegetarian, but I mean, still a silly dish, I guess.
I mean, that always tends to be the stereotype when it comes to elves.
In this
So
context, in this setting, I'd say probably, as far as Elven cuisine goes, it's usually more just how it's presented and the oils and spices they're usually presented with, but they have kind of a similar arrangement to what everyone else on Eno eats.
Well, I would get like an assorted salad kind of thing.
Right. And Mika got kind of a similar arrangement.
So,
Largely salad and fish.
as the dinner arrives, Nee's going to kind of raise her wine glass. So, to a Nomo and a journey well spent?
Definitely.
Cling.
At this point, so we'll start eating.
Yep. And it is definitely fantastic. Probably the best food you've ever had. Tonberries definitely live up to their reputation as fantastic chefs.
Wow, they really weren't kidding with that reputation.
Told ya.
You know more than I. You're the smarter one.
Oh, I mean,
I'm the...
when it comes to general book smarts, but when it comes to fighting on a battlefield, I'm hopeless. Pretty much every time we've
I
been in
mostly just stand there and try to compress it.
I mean, every time we've wound up in a fight together, you've pretty much been one of the first ones making plans and firing off shots. What do I do besides make sure you don't die?
She sort of pats her book, which is still kind of at her side, and says,
I usually just blast wind at people.
To be completely fair, Mika, that wind has been very effective, and your not having us die thing works out very well when my plans actually catch fire.
Fair enough.
And there's an old saying about plans only good until the first shot's fired. So, do what my training says. And I'm still technically only a rookie. So, what we have, Mika, these last months, everything we've been through and seen, and I couldn't have guessed how it would have turned out when we first met. Do you remember that? Just when we first walked in the throne room, fresh off a wrecked ship, Tam bringing us in?
Yeah, I remember. I mostly remember being excited about Rocket.
So do I. That seems to be very much a common theme.
She's exciting. Can you blame people?
No, right. When we first met her, she had her head buried in the sand from the impact. But anyway, from then, after Saran, when we woke up and you were there and everything after, just reading, talking with you, and then the ship ride, and then both forests, Lolato, everything we've talked about, experienced together. I've come to... She's clearly incredibly nervous and
Mika's pupils are sort of doing the round out thing again as you keep talking.
kind of trying to be very brave because this is very new to her again. I've come to care about you a lot, and I've never anyone else not like that. And such a mess of this. Oh, damn it all to Leviathan, Mika. I think
She holds out a hand and kind of smiles tenderly.
It's alright. I think I know what you're gonna say.
Can I say it anyway? I've been for a while.
Only if you're comfortable.
I love you.
Okay. First of all, that squeak was not intentional.
That was adorable.
That's a real squeak.
I was not intending to do that at all. That just kind of happened.
It's a real squeak.
You killed him with cuteness. So
So as soon as you say that, Mika goes from peach to potato, the pupils completely dial out, so you can't even really see any of the pink in her eyes. And again, there goes the tail and the ears going straight.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
She shakes herself.
they're so lucky I'm not there right now.
She shakes herself a bit, kind of takes in a deep breath.
Just no one outside of my family's ever said that to me before.
I can say the same. You're the first. I mean, there's always been a couple guys, and I've always said no, not my type. So, it wasn't too soon, was it?
She leans forward a bit and says,
I'll be totally honest. I don't know yet. There's definitely something there. Something big. But I'm
Would
probably
you
gonna,
be willing
what,
to
I'm,
explore that slowly?
what I'm gonna need is time to sort my head out a bit. Even though I kind of predicted what you were gonna say, it's still a bit of a bombshell to hear it.
she takes a sip from her wine glass, bigger than before.
Well, the wine's a good start.
I mean, credits to you. You earned major points with this.
She sort of gestures vaguely around.
I try. It's been terrifying, lately.
Yes, I noticed.
So, I'm willing to go whatever pace you wish. I want you to be comfortable too.
Well, for now, let's just keep going as we have been. And we'll see what happens.
Sounds like a plan to me. More of this wine sounds like a good start.
She pours some more for you and herself.
Well,
And then she sort of gets this sort of odd look on her face, almost like a mischievous look, lifts up her wine glass as if to says,
to open closets?
Yes, to open closets.
Ding.
Alright. And I think with that line, we can say the rest of your night goes pretty well.
Yes.
Alright.
Congrats.
You
I don't know why this got a certain character from the other city. They're saying, well done, suitor.
Yeah. Somewhere off in the distance. Luska, in her bed, suddenly sits bolt upright, eyes snapping wide open. She looks off to the side in the general direction of Animo, gets this big toothy grin and starts clapping.
Marvelous. Marvelously done, little suitor.
And then she falls right back to sleep.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Luska's gonna keep giving commentary on your love life as it progresses.
Yes.
Yes.
She knows.
I will point out, I don't know how this is going to go in terms of the campaign, but Nia has a very big reason to stick around on Nomo.
Alright. Well.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So,
Yeah.
as for the rest of you, anything the rest of you wish to do?
I'd like to know how Vanatos is getting with his drinking.
No,
I am-
He's wondering if we've shagged yet.
I am perfectly fine.
Are you sure you
not.
didn't suffer any side effects from the spell earlier?
Eh.
Thanatos, you
I feel
are
like-
a little tipsy.
What?
You are a little tipsy. I rolled it.
I don't recall consenting to that.
It's been a good couple hours since they left, and you've gotten bored.
I think you may had enough.
He's not like
No.
he's not like super
Balance.
drunk. He's got like a buzz going, but he still has most of his faculties.
I said, don't
And
tell me what to do, Alistair. I'm fine.
I know, I just think that maybe don't overdo it tonight. You're good as you are, so I advise maybe you should stop.
Well, I'm gonna be stuck in this place for a while. A bunch of egghead nerds everywhere.
Well, if you open your mind out a bit more, maybe you can find something interesting to do. I mean, adventure
there-
doesn't have to always be about fighting and all that. It can be other things.
Is
I mean,
there
what
another?
else do you like?
Is there another cult hanging out like in the underground or something?
Thanatos.
Is there a
No,
giant?
there would be no cults,
Is there
That
any
we know.
monsters you guys have problems with in these
from what
mountains?
I know. It's like problems pop up now and then,
But they're usually
Which
taken care
one?
of very quickly.
but they're always taken care of. Most.
Then what's the point of me being here?
You know what? Okay. If you stop whining, I will do within my power and my knowledge to find something for you to keep yourself entertained, okay?
I am
Or-
not whining.
Well, what would you call it then?
I am complaining.
Whining, complaining.
Hello,
That's the
Rarity.
same to me.
This is whining.
But he gave me the perfect opportunity. I couldn't pass.
That sounds like something a cat would say.
Oh dear. Well, I guarantee I can find you something to keep yourself amused besides going out fighting cults, monsters, and all that stuff.
Is there a fight club in town?
The first rule about Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club, silly.
You see, the bird gets it.
Okay, so there's no fight club, Alistair, though there are occasionally
No, there is not.
magic duels between students.
Hmm.
Never fatal,
It's
usually just impromptu tests of abilities in the streets that others can observe, but it's usually a student-only thing.
Expelliarmus.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Flipendo.
If you want to get into any form of combat or even test your might, as long as it ain't lethal, of course, you have to sign your ass up. Yeah. You have to sign your ass up to the academy. They do like magic duels and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have the qualities for this fancy school of yours.
I let you know, any form of magic is welcome as long as you don't use it for any evil deeds or cause anyone serious physical harm or mental harm. Okay? My goodness.
As you say
I
that,
can't-
images of Athena and the stuff she got you mixed up and flash through your head, and you realize you may be just a bit hypocritical in that assessment.
Although saying that, even the non-lethal ones are painful to me.
Wuss.
Huh. I like to see you go through blue magic over and over again and see how long it takes till you snap. It's completely random.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, since you're into the black magic stuff, there may be someone you might be able to get along with, but I warn you, if you think you can best her, you are mistaken. She will frickin' flip your ass up on the floor. For she is known for how powerful she is through her forms of black magic. So try to be on her good side and don't piss her off. Take my advice. Which is the main black mage teacher at this academy,
Shantoto.
Santoto.
Sounds like a cunt.
She can be a bit snarky now and then, but I can assure you, she has the right to be of how powerful her black magic is.
A pompous cunt. Good.
What did I say? If you ever meet her, don't say anything like that.
Where's the fun in that?
You know what?
Live.
Fine. If you get hurt, don't come crying to me. I'm not going to heal you. You can go to someone else.
Fine, I'll go to Mika.
Good luck. Very good luck with that, mate.
So I'll let
Yeah.
Neothil decide when she and Mika come back to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's just however long it takes for us to finish our meals and then both Para and Mika to
As
be
in,
satisfied.
as in you can specify a moment in the middle of the conversation where they walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So, so I take it that you might consider it now, but as long as you don't cause any trouble.
Depends on how bored I get. So, Rocket, now that we got you patched up, what are you gonna do now?
depends on what quests we're doing next.
Hmm.
Well, we're gonna be stuck here while the eggheads play with their stuff.
Speaking of
Mhm.
eggheads, I'm gonna choose that.
Okay. At this point that the door opens and Neithil and Mika return, looking quite pleased. The common room of the inn and tavern is more or less empty at this point, save for like you guys and one other group that's off in the corner.
Speak of the she-devils and they will appear.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, you
And
might
smack
want
him
to
in
watch
the
your
back
mouth.
of the head.
Wait, what? Wait, what
You
was
might want to
that?
watch your mouth.
Wait, did somebody slap? Did
Yeah.
somebody slap me?
Mika just puts her fists on her hips and leans out towards you a bit with this indignant look in her face.
I'll have you know that I'm a cat, thank you.
And I'm an elf. The ears give it away.
Mm.
And it's all blurry at this point.
Has he been drinking?
Did I really hit you? Yes, but I didn't think my smack in the back of the head would do that much damage.
You
Whoops.
hit like a girl. Ugh.
Excuse me.
I will aim
me?
for more.
I
You
mean,
do
I'm more
realize I'm a
fragile.
girl, right?
You are swimming in the angry estrogen ocean right now.
Okay, you're just asking to get your ass kicked by nearly half of the party now.
Yep. And it's just so he takes one big swig left till the bottle's empty. He's like, oh, that's oh shit. Falls back
Yep.
and lands on his back.
Is he unconscious?
out.
Okay.
And he's passed out asleep.
All right. Mika's
Yeah, you definitely hadn't too much.
Mika's gonna look down at Thanatos for a second, pull out her book, and cast sleep on him. And because he's now unconscious already, he doesn't do anything. So that's pretty much make it so you're not going to be waking up anytime soon.
well,
Okay,
that's one way
that
to
should,
shut him up.
that should keep her from bugging us.
Thank you. You are a treasure.
I feel like it after tonight.
Hmm. Although my job still ain't done, I probably have to carry him to his room. No one else is going to do it. Oh, great. I just drag him. He's too heavy.
By the way,
There's a reason I
I
told
don't know
my
if
friend
you-
that he'd be the
Besides,
kind
he
of guy
claims
you'd
I'm
want to
weak,
hit.
so I just have to drag him.
so I don't know if you heard it, but when Mika said how she felt like a treasure off that night, knee squeed.
Ah.
What was Rocket saying?
I said there's a reason that she told her friend that Thanatos would be the kind of person that if you met him, you'd want to hit him.
Mhm.
Apparently.
Then hug him, then hit him again.
Mhm.
I have my
Uh,
moments.
If you don't
He
mind me
might be
asking,
gonna
now our interesting Dark Knight friend is out for the count. Where did you two go, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I'm answering that.
Fish.
Oh, fish, salad, lots of wine, and a really nice view of the city. Tomberries can cook.
Oddberries can cook.
Ah. So you have magnificent taste. Although you did have enough, because it can be a little bit pricey.
Oh,
Okay.
I worked that out.
Hmm.
The only problem is now most other foods are probably going to feel like ash in my mouth.
Ah. Well, if I knew you were
Sure,
gone there, I
thanks.
would have given you a bit of a guild if you needed it.
Deal.
I don't mind.
That's alright, Alistair. Don't worry about it. This was a night.
Well,
She
Oh,
says,
yeah.
kind of glancing towards Mika, admiring.
She's sort of stretching at this point.
Well,
What?
well, I'll let you do whatever you're going to do next. I'm going to drag Vagatos all the way up to the stairs.
and I should actually probably be getting to my dorm.
Hmm.
Well, don't forget your actual clothes. They're still in the room.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to go get them first.
Hmm. Ladies first, you got the stairs.
She picks
So
Um,
I'll come with you, see you off.
I'll see
heading
you
out
all
then.
another day. I'm going to take him up and go to bed.
So you and Mika head up, and she passes into her room and into the room, and a little while later, she's coming back out with the red dress having been folded neatly and put back in the package, and she's back in her typical white mage garb.
All right, well, I guess I'm off.
I guess so. I'll see you tomorrow then.
With
I'm
any luck.
assuming not there.
Well, I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. Orientation,
Very.
classes. You just focus on finding your blue mage and getting your answers, okay?
I
Sweet.
will, and I'll let you know if I discover anything major about her.
And I'll keep my ears open.
She sort of gives him a few flicks as if for emphasis. Then she leans over and gives you a big hug.
After being surprised for a moment because she wasn't expecting it, she obviously then turns it very much handily and goes, well, as they pull apart, she's going to, not on the lips, but just give her a small little kiss on the cheek.
She goes rod mode again and blushes.
I'm pretty sure I said,
She sort of pokes you between the eyes until you're leaning back a bit.
as we were.
It's just a parting thing, and plus you're cute when you blush. You know this.
She kind of shoves her nose up with a huff and turns around to walk away and sort of slaps you across the face with the tail as she goes.
You know you like it.
She walks to the edge of the hall and then turns around, sags a bit and nods.
Yeah, I guess I do.
See you in the morning. Pleasant dreams.
And then she steps down. And then she steps down and departs the inn.
And just out of character, am I staying at the inn or
Yeah.
a woman?
Yeah, we'll say you're staying at the inn.
Okay.
Well, no.
Convenience for everyone else.
So, with her gone, Ni kind of leans up against the door to her room, kind of utterly relieved, and then just a complete happy smile on her face for kind of opening the door and falling inwards.
All right. And
If you hear the sound of clanking, that's me dragging Thanatos up the stairs.
All right. And with that humorous image and all of that subplot finally squared away, I do believe this is as good a place as any to end today's session.
Yay!
A lot of character development.
Suta has done it.
Yep, Neothil has done that thing. So, yep, there we are with that. Give me a second here.
Quite
All right.
a romantic one. I liked it.
Indeed. So,
That's
ladies...
been putting up for a while.
Oh, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, thank you very much for joining us for today's session of Final Fantasy D6 Chronicles of Eno. Not very heavy on the combat, I know, but this was much more of a character-driven session, so maybe we can get back to more of the adventure-y stuff next time. We'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. And
I will die of boredom.
potentially. We'll see you next time when Neothil presumably goes off to finally find this blue mage he's been wanting to find since session 1, and the adventures of the party continue. Looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, keep listening. Bye.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yay.
So long.
Things are finally proceeding.